Hey, I'm Aaron, and I'm a Norse pagan, and welcome to the hipster of Odin. Today, in this video, we are actually currently in my nan and granddad's garden, and I thought, what a beautiful day it really is. And I thought, you know what, today I'm going to do some yoga. So what I've set out before you right now is obviously my yoga mat, and I've got some yoga cards right here. And this is how I've been doing my yoga recently. I noticed that yoga has been getting popular recently, and one of the challenges for Jacob's, the 30-day challenge thing, is to do maybe 2 to 3 days a week of doing yoga. And to be honest, I got this yoga mat for a birthday gift. And another thing that I got for a birthday gift was something known as Yoga Stack 52. Now, this is also how I personally do my yoga. Now, there's many different ways of doing yoga. The different ways of doing yoga is that, yes, you can actually go to a yoga class and learn about yoga and stuff like that. Another way that you can do yoga is that you can actually go and actually watch it on a laptop. But for me personally, I love the idea of making things a lot more free and accessible to use. So technically what I personally use, this here is what I personally use for my own personal yoga. And what I personally do is that I just use this kind of box, and inside of this box, it actually has kind of like these yoga cards. And in these yoga cards, it has like certain positions and tells you exactly what you should be doing. I kind of just follow like the little illustration, and I try and copy the illustration as best as I can. And it just helps me do yoga 10 times more better. You can actually pick up these exact yoga stacks on Amazon, and it tells you exactly how to do them, kind of thing. And it actually has been approved by yogis that this is actually the right way of doing yoga. So I noticed that yoga has been getting a lot more popular recently. And you got to realize yoga, when it came about, it was usually typically an Indian tradition. And then it came over to the United States of America, and then they started making money off of it. They would come out with all kinds of yoga mats. They would have different instructors who are yogis and who have practiced with yogis. However, yoga is such a basic thing, and it is technically just stretches and breathing. But it's how them stretches and breathing can make you feel. So this here is actually the kind of yoga cards that I have kind of set out for myself. You can see that they're all laid out like this. And then you might say, do I just finish up with that? No. So basically, when I've done my full row of yoga cards there, then I might place these cards around here. And then I might say, okay, I want to go down to this level and do maybe a cobra pose after that, then a pigeon pose, and then go on to a 4-line staff. And then this is how my yoga goes. So I might do the first line, and then I'll do the first line again, and then do another load of cards. And so many hours is because I focus on these cards, and that's how I do my yoga. Of all the kind of yoga positions, and I'm just going to get on with it and show you. And just by doing this, this video is going to be a little bit of a long video because you're just going to be watching me do yoga. So enough of me talking, let me get on with the yoga. So you may be thinking, why did I get into yoga and how did I get into yoga? Well, if I'm honest, I got into yoga because yes, it got popular. And I thought to myself, what is this? You know, if you've ever played GTA 5 online, or if you've ever played GTA 5, you would see Michael, who would actually do yoga. And I actually did follow that kind of yoga that he did. And I did actually feel something out of it. And it is actually a real yoga position. And it is actually a real yoga course that he was doing. So I thought to myself, what is this? Is it just stretches and breathing? Or is there more of a spiritual, deeper meaning to it? But for me, what has yoga helped me with? Well, for me, yoga was something to help me deal with stress. Now, as I've said before in countless amounts of other videos, work is a very, very stressful place. So I have done yoga after work for about an hour. I started at 23:09 and it ended at maybe like 00:01 or something like this at 12 o'clock. And I did some yoga because I was having a lot of brain fog. I was constantly worried about things that were happening at work that were completely out of my control. And then I started to realize that after doing yoga for about an hour, just doing, like, I might lay out some cards here and then I might lay out some more cards afterwards. And the more I did it, the more yoga I was actually doing. And from that, I started to realize that after doing it, I forgot about everything that was stressing me, everything at work that was stressing me, and I just focused on the moment. However, what I've noticed is that yoga can get you into a meditative state of mind. So from doing the stretches and from doing the breathing, you are doing a form of exercise. So you will get sweaty from doing yoga, funny enough. But it is an exercise form. So you are stretching your muscles and you are breathing. And then through the stretches and through the breathing, your mind, it all helps with the clarity of mind. So then after you've done yoga, you could probably do like a 15-minute meditation. And then it gets you, yoga prepares you to get yourself into that meditative mindset, so then you can actually do meditation. And then after your meditation, you can actually do some rituals to the gods, because you'll be in that paradigm shift mindset that you will be ready for anything. So then you do yoga, yoga goes into meditation, meditation goes into rituals to the gods and connecting with the divine. That is one aspect to connect to the gods and to connect to spiritual beings and your ancestors and the spirits of the land. But yoga and meditation work hand in hand, and yoga in itself is a form of meditation, just with stretches and breathing. It gets you into that mindset of just clearing the mind and mostly thinking and motivating yourself, of grounding yourself in the moment. So, if you like the content here, the Hipster of Odin YouTube channel, feel free to like and subscribe to the content here at the Hipster of Odin YouTube channel. Please, I love a community of different people who watch my videos. So if you really have felt inspired by my videos, please feel free to comment and leave a small comment in my comment section area, because I love reading your comments and I love to see the community of pagans that follow my channel. But until the hall, Skull.